Hey everybody! Well, nothing very interesting came out last week, and I can't really talk about the new Star Wars movie until sometime after Sunday. So, I think this will actually be a very good opportunity to get to something that I've been meaning to get to for a long time. Something you might say is overdue. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first... hold on a second. Where did I put this? Here it is. There we are. Welcome to the first Overdue review with me, The Norm. First things first, a special thank you to Venomous123 for requesting the first movie to be reviewed. And furthermore, I would like to apologize for taking this long to get to it. Sorry. Now, a while ago, I may have said that my first Overdue review was going to be this, but because something else was requested, I felt it was more appropriate to review the first request. And what was the movie that was requested for Overdue review? None other than what was apparently one of the most anticipated video game adaptations, Ratchet and Clank. Now, the person who requested this had also asked me to not just bash it, to not just say nothing but bad things about it, and I can understand why. Video game movies have had a very bad history of trying to actually be good, and especially if it's an adaptation of a video game series that you may be a big fan of, you really want it to be good and you want to hear good things about it. However, after watching this movie, I'm very sorry to say that while I can appreciate wanting a good video game movie, this really isn't one of them. I suspect, like many video game adaptations, if you're a big fan of the video game series, then it might be more enjoyable for you. But I tend to review things as a movie, period. I try very hard not to take into account its faithfulness to source material or lack thereof, the reason it was made or who made it or why, just the movie as itself as a whole. With that said, this has to be, beyond a shadow of a doubt, one of the most boring movies I have ever watched this whole year. And again, I want to give this movie some slack because I want to see good video game movies out there. It's just a shame that one of the few movies that actually looks like it'd be a good adaptation really isn't, at least from what I could tell. See, the main problem this movie has can actually be best summed up in one of my previous gags. Ladies and gentlemen, let's play another round of Where Have I Seen This Before? Okay, so the story takes place in a futuristic galaxy in which a psychotic villain has plans to take over the world by threatening the rest of the galaxy with a planet-destroying laser. Our hero is one Ratchet, who is apparently a wide-eyed optimistic youth who wants nothing more but to join a special super police force. The villain creates an army of robots who are designed to take down a special police force, but one robot apparently malfunctions, and is now on its way to deliver secret special information as to how best to defeat the enemies. The leader of the super special police force is a complete pretentious, full of himself jackass. The animation is really of poor quality and is kind of boring and dull to look at. The pacing in this movie is so fast that it barely has any time to develop any characters. And the post-credits scene does not have enough stigma to make me even remotely interested in seeing any more of this. But what's even more annoying than the fact that this movie just is comprised of things that I've seen done better in other movies, Ratchet and Clank are actually barely in their own movie. I mean, they're there for the first quarter, but then they disappear in the middle for a little while so we can focus on this jackass, and then they come back into the movie. Not to mention, this guy has more of an actual character arc than the main two characters, which I honestly don't understand. I mean, it might make sense from an adaptation point because apparently he did have an arc similar to what he goes through in the movie in the first 3 games, but that doesn't make him interesting. You can't make your protagonist a jackass. And yes, the movie treats him like the main protagonist. And I'm sorry, but if a movie's called Ratchet and Clank, I largely expect the movie to be about Ratchet and Clank. At the end of the day, I'm sorry to say that this is an utter waste of your time. It is boring as heck, and it is a wasted opportunity for a potentially good video game adaptation. I really do like Ratchet and Clank as characters, and I really, really would very much love to see them in a good movie. But this is not the movie. In fact, I would go so far as to say this is not even a movie. It's a collection of video game cutscenes without any gameplay included. So honestly, I'm just gonna keep on hoping that Assassin's Creed will turn out to be good. Please be good! Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Norm telling you what Hollywood doesn't want you to hear. Thank you for watching.